Hi. Starting at the top of your mat, stack your arms and cross your feet. As you begin to lower to the floor, raise your heels and curl your pelvis under you. Try to lower your body with control. Roll yourself down one vertebra at a time. So the next exercise we're going to begin, the very first exercise, is called the hundreds. And it's called the hundreds because you inhale here and you exhale into what it looks like a banana shape. You inhale for 5 full seconds as you pump your arms, and you exhale for 5 full seconds as you pump your arms. And we repeat this 10 times. Try to reach those legs as long and as low as possible. So ultimately, you've only got those legs in a hover, and you all equally have those shoulders curled off the mat in what looks like a bit of a hover too. Keep the breath consistently, breathing in through the nose and out of your mouth until you're done. And then let's roll ourselves up for the next exercise, the roll up. In the roll up, you're using the breath to get you through the hardest part. So whether it's the rolling up from the mat or the rolling down from the seated position, you're trying to use your exhale to recruit those deep abdominal muscles. Try and keep your legs as long as possible and keep them from shifting as you roll up or down on the mat. So in Pilates, we want to work on length. So you're lengthening those legs as far as possible. You're lengthening your torso as you move vertebra by vertebra, and we're also reaching with the arms and lengthening from the arms. This strap is a classical strap, which we find on the mat. And it's not meant to make the exercise easier, but to train a student to move from the center. So as you do these exercises, you're going to feel stronger in your core, in your stomach, and you'll be able to move with more control. And then it teaches me just how to open my back and also how to keep my legs from shifting back and forth, something I'm trying to minimize. All right, rolling yourself up on the exhale and equally using the exhale in the hardest phase of the exercise, whether it's up or down, to help you with that level of control. And then moving into the next exercise, the one leg circle. So it's a nice exercise to start with a stretch, but essentially you're going to push the arms back into the mat as you circle the leg across the body. Try and keep the bottom leg or the whole pelvis stable and the bottom leg reaching. And as you can see here, my arms are extended. So if you do have the classical poles, you're holding on to them and pressing those arms back into the poles, not pulling on them. And you're moving the leg as quickly as you can without shifting the body. So it's a controlled circle. And again, I'm stretching here, just demonstrating the stretch. I'm trying to keep my knee close to my chest as I extend the leg. And then as you circle around, this isn't an easy thing to do, but we're going to try and move from the back of the hip. So you're trying to connect to your seat. You're contracting the glutes to circle that leg around so that it doesn't feel like it's just coming from the front of your legs or your quads. Breathe whenever you can and always try and keep those ribs connected to the mat. All right, let's keep going. We're going to roll like a ball or rolling back. And counterintuitively, you're going to try and pick those hips up. And as you pick the hips up, it'll help you with the momentum forward. Try and keep your heels pulled in as close as possible and try and keep those arms plugged into the back of the shoulder. The legs will pull those arms forward. Don't let that happen if you can help it. And then the video here, we're slowing this down so you can see the transition into one leg pull. So slowly you're going to lower yourself back down, keeping those arms plugged in and reaching those arms as far down the leg as possible to pull the leg into the chest. Inhale as you pull and then alternately reaching out of the hip with the other leg, going at a pace you can control and a pace that feels comfortable for you. The next exercise is double leg pull. And we're starting with the reach of the arms and legs, hovering those legs. Of course, the lower you take the legs, the harder this exercise is. And then adding on the arms reaching above. As you reach those arms, this will also challenge your center. You're trying to stay curled forward. And if you find any of this really challenging or you're feeling your neck, please visit the foundational and fundamental exercise video that I have as well. And this will help you understand how to stay out of your neck. Okay, let's move on. We're going to check out spine stretch forward next. Seating as tall as possible, you're going to peel forward, vertebra by vertebra. You can either push the hands forward along the mat and curl vertebra by vertebra, or you can reach the arms as you peel one vertebra at a time off an invisible wall. So as you inhale, imagine stacking your spine up a wall. And as you exhale, your stomach is contracting to curl you forward. And from this perspective, you can see the legs are long and your spine is reaching. So we're really trying to create length in the torso as we curl forward. Let's move on to the swan, and I'm going to demonstrate how to use the poles. You're going to use the poles by pulling the hands back and rolling the collarbones onto the ribs. Don't worry if you don't have a mat like this. I'm demonstrating both for variations. But the point is here, counterintuitively too, as you organize the hands under the shoulders, the point is to keep that pelvis really strong. So the glutes are engaged, the pelvis is rolled back. This is especially important as you start rocking. And then eventually as you start the swan, the big swan. And once again, don't be concerned if you can't do the big swan right away. Just practicing the initial picking up of the chest and into the rock and catch is a great starting point. Okay, let's roll ourselves down and into the shoulder bridge. Shoulder bridge is such a great way to build foundational strength in the seat and shoulders. And here we're picking up the leg 5 times in a row. Try and really press into the heel as hard as you can and try and maintain those hips level as you lift and lower the leg. You're lifting 5 times in a row, bringing the leg as low as you can while keeping those hips high, and then melting the spine down vertebra by vertebra. Inhale before you exhale to roll up to a seated position, ready for spine twist. So spine twist is another one of those favorites. Because we don't get to twist very often, this is a great opportunity to try and wring out the stomach. We're reaching those arms out of the back while maintaining a tall back. The biggest thing here is that we will try and shift the legs. Try not to shift your legs as you wrap or as you twist around the spine, growing as you twist. We're going to go 5 times. So we're doing a set of 5. And we're lengthening as we twist, exhaling as you twist. Inhale at center and exhaling to twist. And now we're just coming up to the end here for side kick. Align yourselves along the mat. Try pressing that leg, the bottom leg, as firmly as possible into the floor. And then the hands are going to nestle behind the head. You can use the top arm on the floor for balance as you kick forward and back, and you're trying to connect to your seat as you kick back. You're also trying to stay as stable as possible. This will take some practice. I have worked for a while on getting this to look as easy as it does, but the biggest secret here, the best cue would be to really connect to the bottom leg. So that bottom leg is your standing leg, and that leg will help you move with a little more control. I'm reaching my elbow, my bottom elbow, but I'm also contracting my abdominals as I kick forward and back, inhaling whenever you can and exhaling whenever you can. The point of this is to also try and connect to your seat as that leg goes back so that you can open the front of your hip. And you're swinging that leg with control and pressing that bottom leg down as hard as possible